Okay, hi guys, starting in back. Okay, so we will be moving to the next question. Okay, guys, so start करते हैं. Can I get a yes from everyone if I can start? Okay, great. So guys, what do you understand with this thing? देखो, this question is generally asked to check क्योंकि बहुत लोगों को definition पता ही नहीं है, ठीक है? तो interviews only aim is to get you confused in the interview question. Okay, he will ask the simplest question and confuse you. Okay, so what do you understand with testing? Okay, testing is a set of activities to test the software with the aim to find maximum defects. Okay, with the aim or intent to find the maximum defects and to ensure that we deliver a high quality software that meet user expectation or requirement. Am I clear with my answer? Can I get yes from everyone if this answer is clear to everyone? Can I get a thumbs up or yes from everyone? Okay, great. Okay, what is the role of testing? See, the role of testing is to ensure that the functional requirements and non-functional requirements are completed and are good to go. Are good to go. They have no defects. Okay, am I clear with the answer? And you are giving giving the client a bug-free software. If I am saying bug-free means that has no major bugs and defects. As I said, exhaustive testing is not possible. So bug-free software here refers to a product which has no major severity priority. Am I clear? Okay, great. Okay, I'm getting thumbs up. So moving to the next question. What are the different type of testing? Guys, I need your focus here. I'm not asking about the different type of manual testing. I just asked what are different type of testing. ठीक है? तो वाइट बॉक्स टेस्टिंग और ब्लैक बॉक्स टेस्टिंग यहाँ मैंने मेंशन भी किया है. दिस यूजुअली कम्स अंडर मैनुअल टेस्टिंग. तो उसने पूछा व्हाट आर डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ टेस्टिंग, तो इसका सिंपल सा आंसर है मैनुअल टेस्टिंग एंड ऑटोमेशन टेस्टिंग. यू नो व्हाट पीपल डज यूजुअली इज व्हाट दे स्टार्ट टेलिंग व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ टेस्टिंग, फंक्शनल टेस्टिंग, नॉन फंक्शनल टेस्टिंग, ये टेस्टिंग वो टेस्टिंग. तो यू डोंट हैव टू टेल हिम द manual testing types. You have to tell him just manual and automation testing are two type of testing. Okay, am I clear? Am I clear with the question? Okay, let's go to the second question. Sorry, fourth question. What are different testing levels? See, software testing तो हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं क्या होता है. What is the different testing levels? ठीक है, there are four different levels of testing. Okay, the first is unit or component testing. We already discussed what unit testing, and we already discussed what integration testing, and what as well as system testing and acceptance testing. Am I clear? Uh, Are you familiar with these type of things? So what you have to tell in this question, you have to tell that software testing has four levels. You have to define that software testing has four levels, and each software level has its own significance. Then you have to tell what is the type, what are the four level of testing with the basic description. Suppose you are telling unit testing, you have to tell what unit testing is. Okay, you have to tell its significance a little bit. Okay, am I clear? Am I clear the with the flow? What flow you have to answer this question? Am I clear with this? Guys, can I get thumbs up? Great. Okay, moving towards the next question. Can you explain the difference between STLC and SDLC? Guys, whenever the difference is asked from you, remember you have to tell him the stages, only the stages. You don't have to move into the depth. What's STLC, what SDLC. Just tell him SDLC as this stages and STLC as these stages. Okay, this is the clear difference. Like this isn't obviously comparable. SDLC is used for development, and STLC's own a part of STLC, right? Am I clear? We have already discussed this question, I guess. You know STLC and you know SDLC. These were the first two questions when I opened the sessions, right? When I opened the session, right? So is this clear? Is this clear? Nikhil, please take Zenith doubts. Okay. Yes, Zenith. Sir, actually, you told that manual testing types are white box testing and black box testing. Then what about automation, sir? What comes under automation types? Actually, this was the question asked in one of my interview questions. Interview. You so I was asked, having. Okay, okay, no worries. You are asked what are the different automation types. See, I will say there are not different type of automation testing. There are different frameworks of automation. For example, data driven framework, keyword driven framework, page object model. These are the different types of automation. These are different frameworks for automation. So might be interviewer was trying to confuse you, or he himself don't know the question, don't know what he is asking. So if I am not wrong, there are frameworks of automation, not types of automation. Okay. Am I clear? There are different. Obviously, there are different tools. You can automate using Selenium, Playwright, or Cypress, or APM. These are different tools, obviously. Okay. But if I talk about types, there are not types, there are frameworks. And frameworks are the methodologies on which code is written. Okay. There is page object model, there is data driven framework. There are different frameworks, right? So I hope I am clear with this, right? Yes. Okay, great. Okay, moving. Is this STLC and SDLC clear to everyone? Okay, how do you explain STLC? This is already clear, I guess. Can I get a thumbs up if I can move to the next question? We have already done this question. This was the second question, I guess. There is nothing new in this question. Can I get a thumbs up if I can move to the next question? Let's move to the next question. Okay, this is important. Usually, this is not asked, but you have to cram this question. Okay, this is a very theoretical question, and you have to cram this question. Okay, see, how do you explain this? Okay, see, first of all, interviewer will be asking what are the software testing principles. Okay, you have to tell there is no definition of software testing principles. These are just facts. Okay, these are just facts. Okay, so first of all, you have to tell there are seven principles of software testing. Okay, the number of the number of rules. Okay, then you have to start with any point. You can start with any point. There is no sequence. this is not important that you are telling this in sequence. Okay. So there are seven principles. The first one is testing shows the presence of defects. You have to explain a bit that testing does not guarantee a bug-free software, but testing will tell you that the presence of defects in your software. Exhaustive testing is not possible. Sorry, I have made some in. You need to make some correction here. Exhaustive testing is not possible. Testing everything all is not feasible except the important test cases and the regression test cases. Right? Exhaustive testing is not possible. Okay, guys, please note that there is a correction in notes. I have missed a note word in this line. Early testing. Testing should be start as early as possible. This is also a fact. Defect clustering. Okay, if 80% of the bugs are found in 20% of the module, it depends on the software complexity, right? For example, you are testing e-commerce application. Most of the bugs will be found in cart app, cart functionality, cart page, right? Most of the bugs will be found in the most important functionality. So defect clustering. Guys, just a second. Yeah, I'm back. Pesticide paradox. If the same times of test are repeated over and over again, suppose, for example, you are testing login functionality again and again. This test case will lost its importance, right? You are testing again login function. Obviously, now developer no, you will be testing this functionality for sure. He won't make any defect in this. He will be very sure that you will be testing because you are always executing the same test cases, and always executing same test cases won't make you find defects, right? Testing is context dependent, absence of error fallacy. Okay, risk can be larger factor determining the testing type, right? See, testing is context dependent. What does this means? Context dependent. For example, you are testing a e-commerce application and you are testing a banking application. You cannot, you know, test it with same cases, right? That's why this is context or domain dependent, I would say, right? Am I clear? Okay. Finding and fixing defects will not help if the system does not meet system user requirement. See, there is a user requirement document. If you aren't fulfilling the user requirement document, then there is no use of testing any application. The first thing that needs to be taken care of and user requirements are met. Am I clear with this? Guys, am I clear with this? Can I get a thumbs up from everyone? Okay. Okay. Can I move to the next question? Can I get a move thumbs up for our next question? Okay. Verification and validation. This is same as static testing and dynamics testing. Verification is also known as static testing and validation is known as dynamic testing. You can use the same definition. Am I clear with this? Am I clear with this? Can I get a yes from everyone? I want a yes from everyone. Okay, great. Getting yes from everyone. Okay, moving towards the next question, guys. Explain waterfall model. Guys, this is not very important, but still, let's read it. Guys, waterfall is a linear sequential manner model. In this model, if you move to from one stage to the next stage, you cannot come back to the previous stage. For example, requirement analysis is done and design thing is being in the process. Okay, you cannot move back to the requirements if you missed any requirement. So you need to do everything very carefully. Now you have to tell what are the phases. Or the phases are same as SDLC: requirements, design, development, testing, deployment, maintenance. These are very same. Am I clear? Also, adding merits and demerits would add weightage to your answer. Since this is a very old model, You can add only demerits, not merits, only demerits, which will add weightage to your answer. Am I clear with this? Demerits are like, as one of the demerit I already told. If you move from one stage to the next, you cannot move to the previous one, right? You cannot move to the previous one. This is not suitable for a big project, big and complex project, because in big projects requirements keep on changing. Requirements बदलती रहती हैं. ठीक है? Am I clear with this, guys? And also, resources have to sit idle. For example, development phase is going. Testers are free now. Testers have nothing to do. Since development is going on, testers can't do anything. So this is not iterative. This is a linear model. Once complete development is done, then only testing can be performed. Am I right? Am I clear? Can I get a yes from everyone? Can I get a thumbs up or yes from everyone? Okay, great guys. Great. Explain V model. See, as the name suggests, this is a like not rare question, like, but in 50% of the interviews this can be asked. As the name suggests, the testing and development model, this is verification and validation model. For each phase, it has a testing phase. For each it phase. For example, business requirement phase is going on, you perform acceptance testing. System requirement phase is going on, you perform system or integration testing. High level design is going on, you perform component testing. Low level design is going on, you perform unit testing. Okay, so on every stage a testing is performed. Am I clear with this? On every stage a testing is performed. Guys, am I clear with this? Can I get a yes from everyone? You just need to, you need not to explain anything in the interview. You just need to explain this V diagram. If you explain this V diagram, you are getting 100 or 100 for this question. Am I clear? Am I clear with this? Can I get yes from everyone, guys? Okay, great. So moving towards the next question. You can add merits and demerits also. You can read the merits and demerits that are very easy. Designed for small and medium kind of project. Better than waterfall model, since every process has a testing process, so it's better than waterfall model. Okay. It is 4 level of testing, the usual 4 testing levels. Lack of flexibility and changing requirement in the later phase can cost high. These are demerits. You can add merits and demerits while you are answering this question. Can I move to the next question, guys? Okay, moving towards the next question. Okay, this is the important question. Why do you want to choose testing as the career? I will come. Okay, I will ask Shriya. Would you like to answer? Why do you want to choose testing as your career? I guess she isn't unmuting. Anjana, would you like to answer?
Hi, sir. Actually, this is a very rewarding and ambitious career opportunity in the IT sector. So I think I can um, I can get more accomplished in my career. So I choose this as my career.
Okay, Zinat, would you like to answer?
Uh, Hello, sir. Actually, like we can test the application. By testing the application, we can explore new technologies, and also testing makes our thinking able improve our thinking ability, and more think on more testing features.
Okay, Zinat, your one point was good. Like you can explore new technologies, and the other you can learn new technologies. This was a good point, but you need to gather 2 or 3 points. Okay, so testing might not be very appealing, but it it's, it's a role where you get to know about the educating technologies. Testing is never a one time, you always keep on learning and testing. This is one of the important points. Whenever your project is changed, you have to learn a new technology. You are learning something new, you are exploring something new. Okay, this is a very good, and you are now focused on both business things and technical things. You get to knowledge about both things, business requirements, technical requirements. So you are somehow getting the knowledge of a consultant thing. Am I clear? And you also, when you are testing things from start to end, you also get to interact with clients and stakeholders, so this improves your communication. This is also one of the point. Okay, so you can add these points. Am I clear with this? Okay, great. So moving forward. Okay, we have already discussed this question. What is your approach when you have a very high priority release to be delivered in a way of short time? I guess this is clear. मैंने already discuss किया कि we will test the high priority functionalities only this time. Okay, so can I move to the next question? Can I get a thumbs up from everyone for the next question? Can I get a thumbs up from everyone for the next question? Okay, great. Moving towards the next question, guys. Okay, there are some questions. How would you test? Guys, these are very basic questions. I won't be discussing these too much. I have written what you have to tell in the answer. Okay, so I will be going a little bit rapid speed mode. Okay, so please keep your focuses on the screen and keep your ears open. Okay, this won't be having too much doubt since these are little bit scenario based questions. Okay, so, guys, first question is how would you test an e-commerce application? Okay, and also interviewer will be also asking these questions in rapid fire mode. Okay, he just want to know what critical functionalities you will test. Okay, how would you test an e-commerce login functionality, guys? In an e-commerce login functionality, I know one thing. I have to test login functionality. I have to test forget password functionality, and the most important functionality is add to cart functionality. Okay, and security checks. Since in e-commerce application, payments are also important, so I have to check the security settings also. Am I clear? Can I get a thumbs up from everyone? Am I clear? Can I get a thumbs up from everyone? Okay. The next question is how would you test a mobile application? See, a mobile application, you have to keep one thing in mind: usability, responsibility, performance, and security. These things are important. Rest of the things are same. Okay, usability, compatibility, and performance. These are some things. Since most of the users use their application on the mobile, so you have to take care of the mobile application that is performing well. It is not lacking. It is not hanging in, right? Whenever you use a mobile application and that hangs, you get frustrated. So you have to take care of these things. Can I get a thumbs up? Okay, great. How do you handle incomplete requirement while testing? I already answered this question a long back ago, I guess in the part one. We will be using exploratory testing. Also, we can collaborate with stakeholders and the client to know the requirements. Clear? Should I move to the next question? Can I get a thumbs up? Okay, great. Okay. Describe a challenging bug you found and how you handled it. Guys, first of all, you have to tell what was the issue. Okay. Then you have to tell how you reported it, and you have worked closely with the developer to get it fixed. Okay, okay, you have to tell these two things. First of all, you have to tell what was the issue. If even if you have not worked on any this kind of challenging bug, just create a imaginary situation and tell him how would you like react, or how would you work in this kind of situation. This should be your approach to answer the question. Am I clear? Can I get a thumbs up? Guys, can I get a thumbs up? Okay. Okay. How would you differentiate between a defect caused by a code issue versus an environment issue? Guys, बहुत बार ना ऐसा होता है, many time it happens that a bug is being in, like a bug, a functionality is working fine in Microsoft Edge but not working fine in Google Chrome. So this will be an environment issue. But if this is not working fine in both the browsers, this can be a this can be a code issue, right? So this is how you will differentiate between a code issue versus an environment issue. Am I clear? Am I clear, guys? Okay. What would you test? What would you do if your test cases fail but the developer came the codes to be correct? Guys, I have already discussed this question. The emphasizing that we all have to deliver a high quality product. We have to focus on documentation. We have to focus on documentation things and these kind of things. Am I clear with this? Can I get a thumbs up? रमन ने आपने जी हाँ. Guys, can I get a thumbs up from everyone to move to the next question? The second question is also same. How would you handle conflicting priorities between stakeholder during the testing? Rely on the documentation, rely on the business goals, right? Am I clear with this? Okay, great. If a login form doesn't work, but all the related functionalities are fine, if there's a blocker, first of all, yes, it is a blocker. Now explain that this can cause access, this can cause an issue to access all the another data, since all the data will be only available when you will be uh, like logging in with the right credentials, right? Am I correct? So, is this clear to everyone? Okay, great. So, okay, moving towards the next question. Let me check. No one is raising the hand. Okay, no one is raising the hand. So, moving towards the next question. How would you test an ATM machine? Pen validation is a test case. Card insertion is a test case. Is this giving you right amount of monetization? If you ask for only for 200 notes, it isn't giving you a 500 notes. These kind of test cases you can consider functional test cases, and performance test cases. It isn't taking too much of time. Security test cases, like is the camera working fine or not, right? Am I clear with this? Guys, all these are scenario based questions. Okay. Okay, moving towards the next thing. How would you test a test box that accepts the username? Scenarios like normal scenarios like length validation. Is it accepting special characters? SQL injection, since manual tester doesn't do SQL injection. But penetration tester does. Okay, penetration tester does. Boundary value analysis. Okay, so these will be the few things which are which will be the test cases for a username. Can I get a thumbs up if it's clear? Okay. How would you test a real-time chat application? A real-time chat application can be like WhatsApp. You will be testing it using two devices. Okay, two devices or might be two different browser. You can do it on your own. So focusing on message delivery, is copy paste working or not in the text box? Are emojis being sent or not? So you need not to list out complete test cases. Just list out major test cases. Okay, major test cases. Network interruption. Suppose you sent a message and before it is completely sent, you turn off your net. Is it sent or not? This would be a test case, right? So am I clear with this, guys? Okay, moving towards the next question. How would you test a calendar application? So calendar application might have like Google Calendar is a calendar application. So is it like taking events? Are you able to create or delete events? Are you able to update events? Are you able to handle the time zone settings, daylight saving modes, okay, event reoccurring events? These are the different test cases of calendar application, right? How would you test a mobile phone? This is like calling, messaging, battery performance, screen responsiveness. These are the test cases of a mobile phone. Not a mobile application, we are talking about mobile phone here. Can we move to the next part? I guess we are almost done. Okay, guys, what happen if the user click backs during a payment transaction? First of all, whenever you are on a payment page, a message should appear as a test case. Please do not press back button. Please do not press back button. Okay, this might interrupt the payment. Since if anyone is doing, you have to check whether the user is getting refund or not. Either the payment should not get deducted, or the user should get a refund, or user should get a mail on his registered email that your refund will be processed in 5 to 7 days or 3 to 4 days, whatever the aligned time is. Okay, am I clear, guys? And we are discussing very simple questions right now. Okay, these are the various different things that can be scenario questions that can be asked on scenario based basis. Guys, can I get a thumbs up if we can move next? Okay, how would you test forget password functionality? Email validation, a forget password. Whenever you click on forget password, you will ask to enter email, then you will be asked to enter OTP. Okay, first of all you will check whether the email validation is correct or not. You will different email, invalid emails, and the email is not being sent to incorrect user. If you are sending email to me, if you are sending email to yourself, the email should be redirected to only your mail. Security checks, and try entering incorrect OTP 000 and some other test cases. Okay, error handling. Error handling is a part of email validation and OTP validation only. How would you test the contact us form? Simple test cases. Email delivery. Is email being delivered or not? Acknowledgement. uh, Generally contact us form has a acknowledge mail. Whenever you send a mail using contact us page, you immediately receive a mail, we would be contacting you soon, something like that. Okay, input validation, email validation, like you are asking for username, whether the username validations are applied or not, email validations are applied or not, phone number validations are applied or not. Okay, how would you test a progress bar? Verify edge cases. 0 and 100 are the edge cases. Okay, responsiveness of the progress bar when you change the browser size, whether it's adjusting or not accordingly. Increments. Okay, validate increments. Is it incrementing right? Not like you, it should increment 3%. It should not increment by 5% if it needs to increment only by 3%. Okay, these would be the test cases of a progress bar. How would you, what happens if a mobile app is interrupted by the phone? Usually nowadays app save state is being used. So nowadays expected result should be the app shouldn't be interrupted. Only you can attend the phone call even using the app. Okay, and the performance, you can also check the performance impact. Am I clear? Am I clear? Should we move to the next page? Okay, guys, moving towards the next page. I guess we have already done a lot of questions. Still, we have a lot to do. Okay, I guess we are left with 3 to 5 questions. Okay, we already discussed this. Okay, so I guess we have already discussed what is the test plan. So who's gonna tell what is test strategy? Guys, test strategy is nothing. Test strategy is basically defining what kind of testing you're gonna perform. Is it manual or is it automation? What will be the approach to the testing? What kind of testing will be performed when, like unit testing will be performed when will be integration testing performed? This is just a test strategy and nothing. Test strategy is high level and static, while the test plan is project specific. Okay, and test strategy is part of test plan itself. Am I clear with this? Can I get a thumbs up? Guys, can I get a thumbs up? Uh, Guys, this question is not included. How would you test for race condition in a system? This isn't a manual testing question, and even not this is a API question. This is actually a performance testing question. Moving towards the next question. How would you handle the scenarios where requirements change frequently? We have already discussed this question. We would use exploratory testing, and also we would use close communication with the stakeholder. We would maintain a close communication with the stakeholders. Okay, this is a interesting question. How would you test captcha functionality of an application? सबसे पहले you need to check. Yes, Rajat.
Nikhil, sorry to interrupt you. Like some candidates are messaging me that the session is going too fast. So can we slow down the pace?
No worries, no worries, Rajat. We are about to complete the part two. Uh, we'll be doing it very slow now. No worries. We have
Okay.
already reached the pace. Okay. So
Okay.
talking about if you had to test the captcha, for testing the captcha, you will be verifying that it is not occurring on everything. Whenever a session is ended, for example, you were using a browser, Facebook browser, when you try to log in multiple times from the same browser, the captcha appears, right? Like it will ask you verify if you are not bored. It would show you some games or some boxes to fill out. So okay, this will be a test case. Verify anti-bot functionality. This is the only anti-bot functionality which I told. Accessibility. If you are like doing it in one browser, if you got the captcha in one browser, then if you are using it in the another browser, it shouldn't give you the captcha very first time. Okay, and you can also set the captcha for every login also. Whenever you are logging in, you need to put in captcha. That depends on the code and that depends on the requirement. Am I clear with this? Can I get a thumbs up from everyone if I am clear on this question? Okay. The next question is how would you test the save and resume feature? Okay. So first of all, what is save and resume feature? You suppose you are working on a document. Suppose you are working on a document and you save it. You do it, save and resume later. And you will check it after 20 or 30 minutes. You will resume the session. Okay. First of all, you will check the data is consistent. The data you filled out is the same. The data is not changed. This is the most important thing. The other thing is multi device testing. You did you made the document on mobile. Now you are accessing the resume feature on the laptop. The data should still be same and the things should be still be same. The fields which were already filled should be filled. The data which was already present there should be already there, and data which was not filled or not used should not be there. Am I clear with save and resume later? Am I clear with this? Am I clear how you have to answer? You have to answer this question with the example. Am I clear with this, guys? Can I get a thumbs up? Okay, great. Okay, guys, great, great. Moving towards the next question. What is pesticide paradox in testing? We have already discussed this in 7 principle. Repeating the same test cases will reduce the effectiveness of test case. Okay. What is shift left? Shift left testing. Guys, nowadays shift left testing is performed. In shift left testing, the testing is started only on the requirement gathering phase. When the requirements are being gathered, the reviews and reviews and other things have started, which are considered only under testing. Okay, so this is called shift left testing, starting the testing on from very left side of the development cycle. Like whenever you are starting the requirement analysis, start the testing on the other hand. Am I clear with shift left approach in the testing? Can I get a thumbs up? Okay, moving towards the next question. Okay, guys, I guess this is the last page. How would you test an elevator? See, elevator will include the scenarios like load testing, power failure. If the power is failed, the elevator should immediately stop. Okay, button functionality. There is a button to start, and usually nowadays there are sensors. When elevator is not being used for long time, it automatically stops. Okay, and whenever you step on an elevator, it starts automatically. Okay, these sensors should be tested. Emergency features. Okay, emergency features, for example, if there is a fire in a building, how the elevator should automatically stop. Okay, there is a button in the main switch to stop the elevators immediately. Okay, so this should be tested. Okay, am I clear with the scenarios for elevator system? Okay, so testing the vending machine. How would you test a vending machine? See, in edge cases are important. Discussing out of stock item. A vending machine, you usually app is a third party app is used for vending machines. Okay, you select the items and you just place your orders and the items are dispensed. Okay, so this is one of the test case. Jam dispensers. Many times dispensers are jammed. Okay, so you should get a notification in your app. The dispenser is jammed. This item is not available. These kind of test cases should be discussed. Okay, only critical test cases should be discussed. That interview just want to know how out of box you can think. Okay, so that's why I have discussed very, I have already told a this question in the part one, that we're gonna discuss that scenario based question and like different types of object test cases. Okay, so we have already discussed many object test cases. How do you test an app that sends notification? First of all, we will include delivery timings. Okay, for example, a message is sent from WhatsApp. How soon you are receiving the notification on the other device? This is one of the test cases. Retry mechanism. If I am sending message again and again, is it giving notification again and again or not? This is one of the test case. Okay. Handling do not disturb. If the phone is set to the do not disturb, is the app sending still sending notification? Is it following do not disturb? And nowadays some phones have do not exempt do not disturb from for this app. So is it following that configuration also or not? These are some of the test cases and notifications. Am I clear with this? Am I clear with this, guys? Can I get a thumbs up? Okay, someone has raised a hand. Uh, Siva, yes, you can ask your question.
Yeah, hi Nikhil. Actually, the questions whichever you are explaining now, right? These interview questions are which testing methodology, like agile, waterfall, or spiral? What methodology related questions you are explaining? Because we are working in agile methodology and we haven't come
Siva,
across this kind of questions. Yeah.
since testing is not some methodology based, testing is a generic
Mhm.
term, right? And these are interview questions. These are the interview questions, and these are not methodologies based. And these questions are usually asked in agile methodologies, as I, if as per my experience. Okay, a real life test cases object. See, you might have come across some another object. It's not important that you have only come across like this object. For example, like you might not have come across elevator test case, but might be a chair or lift test case. Testing is a generic thing, right? The interviewer actually wants to know about your knowledge about the test. Am I clear with this?
Yeah, understood. Understood, but we worked in waterfall agile methodology projects, but mm, we haven't come across with these questions kind of testing types in our projects testing. So that is why I asked. So,
Okay,
but fine.
coming
And
across
are you going to cover? Okay, are you going to cover agile related interview questions in this session?
we are already discussing testing methodologies. We aren't discussing questions about agile methodologies. So I guess this was already cleared.
But these days, most of the
Yes,
organizations
yes, yes. We are we
following
have
agile
already
methodology.
discussed. We have already discussed things like uh, waterfall model, SDLC, STLC, and yes, you are right. The agile methodologies are being followed everywhere, but the testing questions are generic, I guess. Right? Agile.
No, when it comes to Jira, we have many interview questions. So the interviewer mostly focusing on the
See,
Jira
see,
based interview
Seva, the
questions. If
thing
you
is,
are working in Agile,
Jira is a tool. Jira is a tool. Jira doesn't come under
understood,
testing. Jira is a project management tool, right?
understood,
Jira isn't generic
understood.
to testing, right?
Yeah, what is backlog? What is sprint?
This is
What
this
is
this is these
story?
are
So
yeah
if
these question can be asked to testers. These we can include,
Mhm.
definitely we can include. Or what will I will do? I guess these questions you would, most of you would familiar with you. I would be adding these questions to the notes. Would that be fine?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, great. Okay, so moving towards, okay, how would you test a voice assistant feature manually? First of all, speech recognition. Okay, speech recognition. Okay, accents. Okay, noise handling. If it's like play a loud sound and try to speak, hello Google, hey Siri. Okay, is it able to handle the system or not? Incorrect commands. Check how it respond on incorrect commands. Okay, these are the things. How would you test a smart thermostat? Simple tests for connectivity, temperature accuracy, auto scheduling. These are the some features. Okay. Okay, guys. I guess we are done with part two. Is part two clear to everyone? Is part two clear to everyone, guys? Am I clear to Can I get a thumbs up from everyone? Okay, great, guys. Okay, guys, do you need a break for another 15 minutes? We are just left with 40-50 more questions of API testing. We will be doing that. Okay. Okay. So let's have another break for 15 minutes and we will continue after. We will start at 3:35. Okay. And the session will probably end at 4:30 or 4:35. Up to 4:45 it can last. But the next part would be the last part. Okay. Okay, guys. Bye bye. Meet you after 15 minutes.